here. Awesome. I know, Taylor, you're gonna probably want to like sit down and listen because I know you'll like this because we talked about this over and over again.
I'm gonna squat it out.
I'm not sure. Let me know when I should start, and then I can start presenting.
I think we should start. Just start, and then whoever comes in, comes in. If not, then people will get the recording.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. I am super excited to present, and it's a small group, so it could be super interactive. So let me get my slides here and I'll present. I think when I present, I won't be able to see you guys. So I'm going to just do a bigger presentation because I want to see your faces. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. You see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. And let me see if I go into presentation mode, if I could see you guys. Yay, I can still see you guys. Welcome, welcome. So welcome to my Entrepreneur Energetic Wellness Workshop. I'm here to help you transform your stuck energy so that you can find your inner confidence, balance, flow, and attract money. I said attract money because that's what all of us are working for, masterminding for. If there is other things you guys are thinking about, definitely message me. But I figured attracting money would be fun.
All the things, letasha.
All right. So I want to start off with this. This is a law, the law of conservation. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only converted from one form of energy to another. This means that as a system always has the same amount of energy unless it's added from the outside. We're going to talk about this later on, but I want you guys to keep this in mind about energy, okay? For today, I'll introduce myself and I'll present 3 secrets that I came across. And one is to know your energy, transform your stuck energy, and then build balance and confidence within yourself. I am Coach Letasha. As you guys know, I am the holistic life and wellness engineer / coach. I help busy professional women become the best version of themselves, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I am or was an electrical engineer, project manager, am a personal coach like you guys. I'm also consider myself spiritual, athletic. I have a big wanderlust, bohemian, foodie, fetish, geek, and a mom of 2 teenagers. And I also lost over 60 pounds eating food that I love without giving up my wine, right? And I'm showing my transformation picture because it is energy. Everything is energy. We're going to be talking about money, but the reason why I became a wellness coach is because you could physically see the transformation. We're talking about the gym. And so going to the gym is about energy. The food that you eat, the workouts that you do, it's all energy. But in this, I'm going to transform it from our physical understanding of what energy is and transform it to how it relates to our money, okay? Secret 1, know your energy. This is a lot of information, but there's a key thing that I want you guys to understand. If you're geekish, absorb it. If you're not a geek, don't worry about it. The biggest thing that I want you to know is that we learned about atoms, right? Atoms have protons and neutrons, which is the center, right? And these electrons, they're all around the atom, right? One of the things I don't think you guys remembered is, but an atom is 99.999999% empty space. That means that it actually can collapse. I guess that this resource said if you remove the empty space from atoms of all the people in the entire human race, it would move to a size of a sugar cube. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we're spiritual beings. We talk about vibrations, we talk about frequency, we talk about moving, but I think we're forgetting about the atom itself. The atom has this proton and neutron in the middle, the big space, and then on the outside is the electrons, the electrical fields. So we're very energetic, and that our energy is moving and bouncing around. Frequency is velocity over wavelength. If that's too technical, it's just the frequency of time. We're energetic beings moving over a frequency of time, and we're moving to a vibration. Any questions there?
I mean, this makes perfect sense to me. Jackie?
Awesome. I hopefully I did piece it all together so it makes sense to you guys, right? All right, and so the different forms of energy that are in us and around us is myself. I am soul, I am mind, I am heart, I am body. I am also created to God, my creator, my higher self, up top. I'm also very grounded to the earth and the environment and the spaces around me. I also have this energetic magnetic field with relationships with people. And lastly, money. And most of us haven't been told or talked about with money, but I'm going to take it from our soul, mind, heart, and then translate it on how that relates to money. So you could physically see it. It's kind of like right now we're on Zoom. We're not in the same space. There is an energy between us. It's not hardwired at this point. It's Wi-Fi, right? And we can instantaneously connect with each other. That's how it is when it comes to money. That's how it is when it comes to connecting with God. That's how it is when we connect to the earth and the spaces around us. The other thing to think about is like when we walk into a space, right? You could feel the energy when you walk into the space. The space is like high vibe, low vibe, I don't like it. Or when you come across somebody, you could feel that attitude. You're not exchanging through your words or language. It's all through this energetic field that is around us. Okay, so I'm breaking it down even further, right? So I am mind, I am heart, I am body, I am soul, right? And so here is mind, here is heart, the rest is your body, and then there's a soul. Since we're a small group, I actually want to do this exercise because I didn't think we had time to do it, but we get to do it because I'm super excited. And then I could further explain. Okay, I want to do a very short meditation, and then we can figure out. Let me just double check to see if anybody's in the waiting room. Oh, yeah. See, thank God I thought about it. Yay. Hey, Alba.
I'm gonna make myself co-host so I can help you with that.
Yes. Okay.
How do you do that, Clara? Because I don't see that as a function anymore.
So you go to participants and then you go to the names. And then you click on the person's name, you hit more, and then
I'm gonna put
I can
on.
only reclaim myself as host.
Want me to make you?
Yeah, it doesn't have the function to make a co-host no more. Zoom sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, and then I can make Letasha. Yeah, so am I host now? Yep, I'm host.
Awesome.
Yep, and then I can make you co-host, Letasha. There we go.
Thank you. All right. I want to do this mini exercise. It would really help us when it comes to our time to share. It's just a different perspective to be grounded, aligned, and confident in your body so that you can attract money or build confidence in your body or have great relationships with each other, with your clients, okay? This is a small meditation, and the first thing I want us to do is do some breath work, and then I want you to do a little physical activities to activate your mind, heart, body, and soul, okay? We're gonna take 3 deep breaths. We're gonna start off going, breathing in through our nose, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and hold it. 1, 2, 3, and exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Now take a deeper breath. Count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. One last breath, even deeper, sucking all the energy through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now exhale everything out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. All right, you guys can open your eyes. This is the interactive part. Want to see your hands? Show me your hands. Hi, we're connecting. Hi, hi. All right, I want you to just take your hands, and I'm just physically having you do this to like kind of tap on your head. So this is your brain. Your brain is a database. It stores information. Its job is to protect you. It stores all this information to make sure that you're okay. So when you wake up in the morning, it's thinking about what you're going to eat, what you're going to do, your kids, your relationships, how you're going to go. It stores all this information. It's also the place where we're doing these healing work where we have to replace the information, because some of the information is true and some of the information is false. Brain's job is just to collect data on you and protect you your entire life. So you have a lot of information here, consciously, subconsciously, and then you're trying to build this authentic self about yourself as you're connecting everything. This is the brain here. It has an energy to pull in information. Okay, I take my hands and I bring it over my heart. This is heart energy. Heart energy is really important. I'm not sure if you guys know, it only takes about 90 seconds to process your emotions. You're supposed to, 1, feel your emotions, then identify them, process them, and then release them. Good and bad. The reason why I say that is because I wasn't taught that it was okay to be angry or frustrated, or any low vibration. So when I came into the coaching world, I didn't feel those negative energies. All I wanted to do is feel positive energy. But the purpose of heart is actually to feel the energy, because it will tell us where to go. It will tell us the direction. So if it's a low vibration like sadness, anger, frustration, or happiness, joy, peace, we're supposed to process all information. It is actually 60 times magnetically bigger than the mind. What I mean by that is our heart could magnetize more energy than our brain can, 60 times more. Okay. And then the next piece is body. So if you start tapping, feel your hair, your face, your think of your thighs on the seat, feel your feet on the ground, try to wiggle your toes. This is body. Body is made up of muscles, skeletons, nerves, blood. We're 70% water, which is why we need to drink a lot of water, right? We have nerves, and body also has this energy as it contains our heart energy and our brain energy, okay? The last piece is soul. You guys could stare or close your eyes, but I'm going to ask you to sit and ask yourself, where does your soul rest? And every time I ask this question, it's in different places. Some people, it's higher up above themselves. Other people, it's around their shoulders. Others, it might be mind and heart. I mean, soul and heart might be together. Others in their gut, root chakra area, all over. I'm just going to give you a minute there, and then you could type in the chat or just let me know, where is your soul today, within or around you? So Clara says all around her. Anyone else? Chest and head for Jackie. Mine's is kind of stronger around my heart and throat area. Not normal for me, but it's because I'm speaking probably. Tiela, solar plex, probably because she's in the gym, right? And I'm just sharing that because our minds, our hearts, our bodies, and our soul travel everywhere. And what I'm finding is that when it comes to money making or data, our brain is activated and the rest are not. They're subconsciously activated. They're there, but we're not aware of it. When it comes to relationships, it's more of our heart energy. Our heart is more active. But when we get into fights, tits and tats with the significant other, the kids, our brain kind of is here, present, but the energy to activate it is not always there. If we're at the gym and we're eating food, our body's like, yes, at the moment, I like this tastes great. Heart is like, Mind, sometimes we're tucking away because we don't want to hear what we're eating and putting in our body. And then likewise, soul. Soul is always there. I call it the brain and the energy behind everything, but it is there to help us with our beliefs and help us to get where we need to be. Any questions there? Comments? Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
I like that question, like, where's your soul? I think that's like the first time anyone has ever asked me that. And I've never, so now it's like when I get frustrated, I have to ask myself that question.
Yeah.
That's dope.
All right. Just showing you
I
more.
have an observation for me. So like prior to coming on this call, I was like, I do this Kundalini yoga practice.
Mhm.
And I feel like the reason why I feel like it's all around me is because I've done that practice. And it
Mhm.
like literally wakes up all the different like energy portals in you. And while like I said all around me, what I really feel is like a inside and around,
Yes.
like a flow. That I obviously did not feel when I woke up because I was super tired. But yeah, like, but this is really interesting.
All right. And so you're actually leading us into another one. It's just information and connecting the dots for you so they're activated. So when we talk about the problem and dealing on attracting money and our confidence and body, it will all piece together. So this is just another bit of information about electric and magnetic fields, right? I'm relating what I learned in school to our bodies. Because some of it is information and some of it's woo-woo, and I'm like, what in the world? And then this is how it clicks, right? I have two magnets in front of me, right? If I take my magnets and I have the north and south pole and I bring it together, it clicks, right? But what I'm talking about is this energy that's between the magnets. You could feel it. You could feel it before it gets magnetized. I don't think you can hear the clicking, but there's this energy field. And if I flip my magnet around and I try to push it together, what's going to happen? It's going to repel.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what we're talking about. There is this field, this energy. You can't see it, but it's all around and you feel it. And most of the time, because we're busy, we're not tapping into it. And so it could be in the forms of negative and positive. That's the electric field, right? That's neutrons, protons, electrons, positive, negative, masculine, feminine, right? Those are polar opposites, north and south. They're all the same, different math. We don't have to worry about math, but all I want you to know is, as we're talking about attracting and repelling, I want you to also understand that there's this field, and it's the field that we need to tap into. Once we're tapped into that field, we can create this alignment to be able to move forward, and very quickly. And again, that's how we're able to talk on cell phones. That's how we're able to be on Zoom. That's how when you walk into a room, you feel this energy. Nobody has to tell you, but you just feel it. You just know it. And so this is just about tapping into it a little bit more and being more aware of it. Okay. And so to further explain, I said this, but I'm giving you diagrams. So if I am mind, body, heart, and soul, my mind has this energy. My heart has this energy. My body has this energy and my soul has this energy. This is a lot of math, a lot of energy going around. My mind is connected to your mind. My heart is connected to your heart right now. My body, my soul is communicating to you right now. At the same time, I am still connected to God, your creator, your higher self. Same place, I'm connected to the energy of my room. the earth, space, and also money. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is this is all happening simultaneously, but never in school, never in my coaching world have I heard, hey, let's process this. So that's where my engineering skills come in, because that's what databases do. That's what software does. All you do is you log this information. You would log your connection with God, log with people, log space, log money. We're kind of doing this subconsciously. What I'm trying to help you realize today is there's a conscious way to do this. And if you tap into it consciously, you could be able to move quicker and faster, like how we started off with dial-up on the internet, and now we're on Wi-Fi, like 5G, right? Some of you guys might be on AOL dialing up, and you need to get to 1G, 3G. I don't even know if you guys understand what the Gs are, but all it matters is you have this system within you, and you have this power within you. And if there's any doubt, or if there's any worthiness, or if there's any unclarity, I'm going to show you how to get unstuck today. All right. So the different ways that we're blocked energetic wise is, as I mentioned, is mentally. We don't understand. We don't know. Physically, our physical environment, we might be sick. COVID hit us. Physically, we might be all set, but we can't get there because of the environment, right? There's our heart energy. There's this sadness. There's this happiness. There could be too much joy. I don't know if there could be too much gratitude, but there could be too much positivity or too much negativity versus accepting yourself as a whole. There could be this soul, right? This belief system or your why as to what you're doing today. That could be blocked. There's the environment, the people, places, and things around you. There's even waves. I'm not even going that deep, but then we have waves within the earth where it blocks the interactions between them. You know, that's where your cell phone gets disconnected. You go into the tunnel and you're like, oh, I'm disconnected. It's because the wave was blocked. Likewise, you can be blocked when you enter environments or you interact with other people, right? There's life events. You could be moving and sailing along, and some life event happen, it disrupts you. There's gestational. We don't talk about this, but it is proved through science. All of this is science-based. Your mother carried you. That energy she had while she was carrying you did definitely transfer to you as well. The DNA is part of you. And if you're not aware of that, I wasn't aware of that. I thought I was my own individual person. There's no original sin, all of this stuff, but I do have the energy of my ancestors. I do have the energy of my family, and I carry it around. And it could block me as well, because if I'm being called into my purpose and I'm not aware of my family and what happened to me, I could be a little bit lost. Just generational. So these are just belief systems could pass down. They're subconscious. You're not even aware of them. They were taught to you while you were in the womb and as you was growing up, and they're just generational that are passed down. Like one of mine is, I'm from Haiti. It's a poor country. We guys are talking about health. One of my biggest struggle right now is throwing away food. I still struggle with it. Why? Because I was taught throwing away food is horrible. It's bad. There are poor people in Haiti, and you need to eat every single grain on your plate.
Real.
Eating that energy makes me fat. I'm giving you the roller coaster. I'm beautiful, right? So if I tell people I'm eating and I feel fat, my emotions are not even acknowledged. I'm immediately told, well, you're beautiful. You shouldn't think that. So I don't process my emotions. I stop it. I stop processing. And then I'm stuck because I'm not throwing away my food. I feel fat. I don't want to go to the gym. And I'm supposed to believe that I'm beautiful, but I don't feel it. Can you relate? And then the last is our spiritual gifts and purpose. I've met a couple of people that are flowing and moving, but they're off on a tangent. So this was me. I was brought here to get educated, to get married, to have the kids, and build a legacy. But my mom and family didn't talk to me about my purpose in life. And I always had it, right? This purpose is not to build this big wealth. It is also helping other people. And I was taught to serve people, but I wasn't taught on how to get into my purpose and what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So when it comes to these block energies, I'm giving just other diagrams so you guys can understand. As you can see, she has this light, that's within her. So that's the focus for today. We're not going to be talking about environment. We're not going to be talking about people and relationships. That would be another time. But we're going to be talking about the energy within around us and the attraction to money in our business today. Okay. So remember, as I mentioned before, the law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot neither be created nor destroyed, only converted from one form of energy to another. This means that a system always has to have the same amount of energy unless it's added from the outside. So secret number 2 is transforming the stuck energy. All it just means is if you have stuck energy, before we start solving it and all we have to do is just transform it. But in order to transform it, you have to figure out where is this stuck energy. Right? So I came up with this kind of cool, can you guys see the whole screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right? And so I don't know if you guys have heard this, but it's been taught to me over and over again, right? So our beliefs fuel our thoughts, that fuels our feelings, that fuels our actions and habits, and fuels our results. And our results then triggers our beliefs. It's the secular thing that keeps on going on. It's a transfer of energy. And what I'm realizing and working with my clients is we're just stuck in one of these areas. It doesn't matter if we're stuck. All we need to do is be aware of the connection. We don't even need to fix it. We just need to be aware of the transition from belief to thought to feelings to actions to results, so that we can have more belief system and better thoughts and better feelings. And so this is how the snowball of gratitude, peace, love, positive energy goes. So it starts off with, I'm translating for you guys, soul. What are your belief systems? Why? What are your thoughts on the topic that we're talking about? How do you feel? We're not fixing it. I'm not telling you to be negative, to be positive. What is your actual feeling today? What does body say to you? And what are the results that you can be able to move through this stuck energy? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So it's interesting. I think I have some money block issues, even though money easily comes to me. It's very interesting. Like, I know if I put something out there, I can attract people. I can get it, or it shows up in my life. Like, it just comes. But I know I'm stuck there because sometimes there's this fear. Like, I think if I just do it, it will work. It will attract people. But there's still this disbelief that still sometimes I'm stuck in actually putting it out there. And sometimes, like, I'm looking at this and the visual is really good because I can kind of see, I feel like I'm stuck between like belief and thoughts.
Yep. We're going to find out. So you feel, yeah, actually you're jumping ahead. I'm going to walk you through this.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so I'm just sharing the different ways. And obviously you guys can see, for those of you who are spiritual, it doesn't matter if you're religious, spiritual. I'm coming at it from a scientific perspective, but I am combining the science with the woo-woo and the spirituality. Doesn't matter if you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, they're all interacted. They all say the same thing because they all align with the universe, God, because it's all about energy. And again, this is about identifying where you're stuck and then figuring out how to flow. This is not even just a healing. In it, you will heal. Okay. I already stated the law. I have no idea why we go. Oh, okay. That's what happened. I didn't realize there was an arrow. All right. So we're moving on to secret 3. So Jackie, we're going to start doing the exercises, right? So how do I transfer stuck energy so that I could feel my inner confidence, balance, and flow as I attract money? Here's the solution. So this is step 1, and then we can break out and everybody could do this. I specifically am using a problem statement. So I'm a certified problem solver. In order for you to be able to solve a problem, there actually has to be a problem. There should be an object and a deviation. What I mean by that, there is this subject and object of that subject. So the subject is going to be I, and then problem, right? So I have a problem with making money in my business this month. That is a very clear problem statement versus I want to just attract money. Like it first you have to kind of break it down and figure out where it is. Some of you guys don't need to have a problem with money. I'm just using money because all of us like money and I'm not sure if anybody wants to make more money. So I use that, but it could be in our health and wellness. It could be with our relationship. It could be specifically creating an offer. You can use this however way you want to, okay? And so these are questions that I associate on the blockage. I made them as simple as possible so that we could be able to say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So in this exercise, everybody that's listening on the recording and everybody here, what we're going to do is walk through, identify the block, and then just come up with a quick solution for that block. Because when you ask yourself this question from a soul, mind, and heart and body perspective, you will feel the stuck energy, and then you would just align and an answer will come. And if it doesn't come, you have a group of people to answer it for you, which is why we mastermind and why we meet together, okay? So the first question relates to the soul, because this is our belief system. Do I have my why on why I want to make money in my business this month? Do I believe that I can make money in my business this month? And then I move to mind. Do I know how to make more money in my business this month? Do I have a complete system in making money this month? And then I'm going to move to heart energy. Do I have a lack of desire, ambition, motivation, inspiration to make money in my business this month? Do I have accountability? Accountability could be within yourself because you're using an app or a tool. It could be with other people. It doesn't matter how the accountability happens, do you have this accountability? And then lastly, is there a physical limitation to making money this month? Are people, places, and things preventing you from making money this month? And do you have any life events from making money this month? So we're going to break up. I use money. That doesn't have to be your problem statement. So we're going to just break into, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I want you to, one, identify your problem. What is the problem that you're having in your business today? It could be making money. It could be attracting a client. It could be creating your offer. It could be like Clara, it was being wise about your time. How do I be more efficient with my time? I want you to first, step one is to identify a problem that you're having in your business. And then if you're still having a hard time, I should have wrote it out. One of the problems would be you don't have a complete offer. The second one, I'm just putting them in order. I could give that to you guys. You don't have a complete offer. Two, you don't know how to attract your clients. There's no system around that. Three, you don't know how to nurture the leads that you're bringing into your business. You don't know how to nurture them and market to them. Four might be you don't have a complete delivery system. You have them, you're nurturing them, you just don't, you don't know how to convert them into your business. You have them, you have the people there, the energy's there, you're just having a hard time converting people to clients. The fifth is the delivery. You have the clients, you have them, but you're all discombobulated. You have too much on your plate and there's not this good, complete balanced system to deliver to all your clients so you can increase more clients. How do you balance the increase of clients if you can't even manage the ones that you have? And then lastly is the upsell of your clients or increasing, being wiser with your time. Let me know if I need to write it in the chat. But the first thing is to identify your problem. Make sure it's really clear. And then the second thing is just to ask yourself these yes/no questions. Very clear. Do you have a why? Do you believe? Do you know how? Do you have a complete system? Do you have a desire, ambition, motivation, inspiration? Whatever that positive energy is, do you have accountability? Do you have a physical limitation? Are people and places and things preventing you? Or life events? And obviously, if you say no, if you don't have any of these things, that's where you're blocked. And then for the exercise today, we're going to work on that solution. You might already know it, or you might ask the group, and that would be your accountability for this month, along with the other things we do in this meeting. So I'll give you guys some time. I could go through my exercise as well. I'm not sure who wants to go, but I'll give you guys a few minutes.
Letasha, you said like for the ones that are no, those are the ones that we're coming up with solutions for.
Yes.
But then I have, like, let's say in the bottom, right, it says, do I have a physical limitation to my, like right now, my challenge is growing my target audience.
Okay, here we go. So got you.
So if it's a yes, then I'm coming up with a solution, not just a no, right?
Yes, so if you're growing your target, growing. Right, and then you said, which question was it? That it was a no? You
Do I
don't
have a physical limitation?
Yes, so this was a no, right?
I mean, I'm I
Oh.
actually put yes.
Oh, yes,
Because-
sorry, I didn't ask it. You're correct, you didn't, yes, so yes, you do have a physical limitation, so you're still coming up. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't ask it. I asked the question in the wrong way. So I'll switch these around, so that's my bad. So yes, if you have a physical limitation, you're gonna work on a solution for that physical limitation. Correct.
Okay, and then I need some clarity also around the question, right? Because when I think of a physical limitation, I'm like, I only have so many hours, right?
Okay.
My biggest, like, I identified my biggest issue here is my time limitation. The amount of time that I actually like have of my life that I actually have designated for work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a balance between like servicing my clients and growing my business, right? Which is kind of being in front of audiences. And then in
So
my mind, I go to like, because I am a mother and I have these two little children that need me. Sometimes it's like, then I think about the motivation and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm doing pretty good, but I could be doing better in my business. But does that mean that's going to come at the cost of being with the kids less?
correct.
So
Perfect. It's perfect. So the problem that you're, and I'm happy you say this, the problem that you're running into is you have is the physical limitation is the mom and being children, or is there other physical limitation time? Are you?
I guess the energy
Yeah.
to like the stamina.
Yes. So I'm giving you, so you stated problem 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to quickly go through this. I can explain this later for you guys, but this is a really good question because we run into the stuck energy. All right. So you have your time and limitations, you have your clients, and then you have your children. Which is more important to you right now today? I have to reprioritize them so I can understand which ones to solve.
Which one's the most important to me? My kids.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you know what? No.
Okay.
It's the physical limitation, time, and I'm gonna put in energy in there too, like physical, mental energy.
Capacity.
Because if I can resolve that, then I feel like I can show up better for the other two.
Perfect. And then clients are children, which goes after.
I would say mother second.
Okay.
And then clients last.
And then again, for the record, for everybody listening, there's no right or wrong answer. In my case, when I went through this as well, I was putting my kids up high, but they had a complete system. My children really school, family, and support. So I literally moved the kids. They're still a priority in my life, but the problem itself wasn't an issue anymore. So I actually end up moving my parenting lower on the scale and moved my clients above my children. So you guys know, okay? So for the sake of this exercise, in order to move this, we just need more energy, time, and physical limitation, and then we can move on. How do I deal with the kids? And then move on with the kids, right? And again, this is why it's important for problem solving, is because what happens is we have these problems and we get stuck because our brain is just back to why we did this exercise. Brain is like, okay, children, mom, time, Tasha is doing a good exercise, doom, 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 doom. And then heart is saying, oh, this is great. Oh, this sucks. And your heart is fluctuating. And then how do you feel in your body right now, Clara?
I mean, as I'm leaning in, I'm like, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
It's so hard. It's like, yeah.
Part of me is like, oh man, like I feel a little guilty for saying that, it's like my kids are not a problem.
Right? And so this is perfect. I'm just going back and forth, right? So for the sake of this exercise, all we need to do is find out what's going on with your energy and time. So now we need a better problem statement. So what is it about your problem? What is it about your energy or time and limitation? What's the problem?
I think what's at the core of the problem is that I don't get a full night's sleep because my 2-year-old keeps waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then again at 6:30. And I mean, while Chris and I take turns, it's still like interrupted sleep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So as you can see, I was like, how do I make this as simple as possible? Thank you for these questions. It does get complex, but as I'm walking you guys through, it becomes easier if you have a notepad. This is what I do with journaling. Mm-hmm. I would have a problem and then I would sit, do mind, body, heart, and soul, and then ask the question. So we did that. So we went from money, business, energy. Now we're at your sleep. So what we're doing is get into the core of the problem. We get into the root. So that's why I keep on showing you guys this. As you keep on going around and around, don't worry about it. You're going to get to the root. And the root is usually other things. That's why I have this. It's usually environmental, people, places, and thing, money, but it's not always that, or your relationship with God. Okay. So now I'm going to ask the questions again. Problem is sleep. For the sake of time, I won't go through it. All right. Do you I have to re-ask these questions. So I'll send you guys a better set of questions so that you guys can go through it. I have this in a form. I actually already have a form for this. So do you have a why?
Yes. Okay. More energy.
Do you believe
more focus.
Do you believe you need sleep?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how to get your sleep?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a complete system for you to get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep?
Maybe.
Okay. So no, perfect.
No checking the phone, Clara, at night.
Huh?
I said no checking the phone at night.
Okay.
No,
okay.
No solutions yet. We just need to verify where it's stuck. So mind is a maybe, right? Heart, do you have this desire, ambition, and motivation, inspiration to get your sleep?
Yes.
All right. And do you have your accountability to get your sleep? All right. I need to reword this. Sorry. Do you have physical limitations or problem with sleeping?
Not personally, but when like Alex wakes up, what would that?
Yeah.
That's a life event.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes. I'm gonna just put a red here because the answer is yes, but I need to make sure they're aligned so you're not confused. All right. So the where you're stuck is your physical body because you have this kid that's coming, and then as a result of this, you have this issue with your system. Got it? So all we have to do is physically come up what to do with the baby and what to do with your time of sleeping. And if we could solve that, that could fuel your energy to get more time and to have your business, right? You already have a solution right now. What's the solution so far? And we just need to tweak it.
So far is to go to sleep earlier.
Okay. What time?
10:30.
Okay. And then what else?
Other solutions?
Yeah, no, what's your system? I'm just checking your system right now.
Oh, what's my system right now?
Mm-hmm.
So what I do now is that I wait until my husband comes to bed as well, which is sometimes close to 11:30, sometimes, yeah, 11:30-ish. Because, I want to like spend that time, like go to sleep together.
And then what time do you wake up?
Average. I mean, lately it's been like today I woke up at 6.
Okay, so
But last night I went to sleep at like midnight.
I have forms, but I'm just doing this in Excel right away, quickly, right? So
Mhm.
right now you're getting about 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're getting about 7 hours of sleep, 6.5. How many hours of sleep do you want to get?
I need like 8.
Right. Okay. So if you're going to bed at 10:30, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're talking about, we want the solution to look, sleep at 10:30 and wake up at 6:30.
That would be amazing.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So now we know what the solution looks like. So I'm going to just do another double check, right, to make sure that this green solution is for you. Right. So I'm just going to do a double check on your system just to make sure that works for you. Where are you? All right. So I still need to ask Soul, how are you when you hear this concept of going to bed at 10:30 and waking up at 6:30? Do you believe that this is you?
No.
No. Okay, got it. All right. Mind. That's why we did the exercise. Is this feasible? Is this something that aligns with you, or do you feel like this is something you should do?
Something I should do.
All right. Heart. How do you feel about this 10:30 to 6:30?
I feel like I'm gonna miss out on time with my husband.
There you go. And then body. How do you physically
Do
feel?
it. Body's like, we need this.
So you
Body's
understand,
like, please lay me down.
right? And so what I call them the sisters, right? You have the alpha sister, which is soul. You have mind, heart, and body. The baby sister is crying. She's like, listen, you guys are bullies. You guys are doing all this stuff, but we're not performing. And guess how it's going to affect us, right? This is the full circle, right? So you have these habits and actions. The result is you're not getting enough sleep. And guess what? It's affecting money. Right? And so all we have to do now is just modify it. It's just a simple tweak. So there's tons of solutions. And so the way you solve it is, all right, I think I'm supposed to go to bed at 10:30 and 6:30. What if you go to bed at 12 o'clock and wake up at 8 o'clock?
That wouldn't be feasible for my family.
Right. So what if you work out this time with your husband so both of you guys are getting 8 hours? I'm just listing out solutions. There's no right or wrong.
That's a possibility.
Where it's not just you making this, you as a whole, right? There's Clara, but because you're married, so it might not be just Clara, it might be the marriage because you both want that time. And when you're dealing with a kid, that kid is stealing time, right? So it's depriving energy, and energy can't be converted. So you guys need to give each other energy. So maybe you can present to Chris, hey, this is what's the best time. Maybe you guys could tweak it, right? It doesn't have to be 10:30. It could be 11 to 7, something like that. But where you guys get the hours, but he comes to bed on early, you guys switch off with the kids, but you guys respect each other's time about getting 8 hours of sleep each night and hold each other accountable to it and serve each other and help each other with that.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, let's go. All right, let's go back. So we have to check with soul, mind, heart, and body just to make sure. So soul, what do you think about going to Chris and presenting 8 hours of sleep, not being a stickler about the time, but making sure we get 8 hours of sleep each night, but making sure we have quality time, date nights, and divvy up the kids' work. So What do you think?
That's great. Yeah, that feels great.
All right, mind. Do you think this is achievable? Does this seem like a better complete system?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Okay.
because he already tries. Sometimes he's so tired he goes to sleep earlier than that. So it's all like, I guess, on the commitment, the agreement.
All right. And then heart, how do you feel about this new system? Even though you want to spend time with your hubby, sometimes there might be boundary issues because he might, and you need to go to sleep, even if he's not respecting. How do you feel about the system and taking care of Clara and putting Clara first so that sleep is there?
I feel good. I feel it's doable. I mean, it's gonna be a little challenging, but yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. And then body. Obviously, we know what body, but
Yeah, body's like, please lay me down. I don't even care what you do. Just put me in the bed.
So now that's all you do, right? So now all it is you keep on believing, you keep on feeding. This is a system. I'm getting 8 hours. I believe I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep. This is going to work in my marriage and in my parenting. I need the sleep. I desire the sleep because it's going to fuel my business, myself, my family, and in my business. And I could see the transfer of money going in. Your thoughts, write it down. I don't know if that's too much of a hyper achiever for you, but I do write down my systems. I start tracking the time I go to sleep.
Yeah, I just wrote it down.
Yeah. I do it all the time so I could see my patterns and rhythms. Because once you physically see the patterns and rhythms, it becomes a system. The problem is there's no system because you would just, your whole system would just crash no matter what at a specific time. And then the green part, which is where I said that this indirectly helps you to heal. We already know where the blocking issue is, but we can coddle your heart, which is you want to spend quality time with your hubby, you want to be a great mom, and you want to be a successful businesswoman. So you don't have to transfer any of it. You could feel whatever you feel. So if some days you feel frustrated. So you don't have stuck energy. If sometimes you long after Chris and be like, I just want to stay up. He's not here. Feel it, process it. It doesn't really matter. It's about feeling it, but you would nurture yourself and be like, we're doing this because this is going to help him. I'm teaching my family on how to have sleep. I'm going to be the leader of this. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to make money. And then soon I could be able to make money with my eyes closed. So I'll get 9 hours of sleep. And then it keep on going. Thank you for sharing because this is.
Well, thank you for helping me. I feel like I'm getting free coaching. It feels great. I'm curious to hear other people's.
Yeah, I know. So we actually have enough time. That's why I said I'm happy we could actually do all three of you guys if you guys want to go through your problems. So as you guys see, for those who are listening to the recording, what ends up happening in my sessions is everybody comes to me for problem one. There is a problem. So let me try to look at the picture, right? There is a problem that's going on, right? And so what I'm walking you guys through is once you have this problem, I'm looking at your entire energetic field. You have an energetic field that's within yourself, mind, body, heart, and soul. You have an energetic field with other people. In Clara's case, as you can see, her hubby and her baby, right? She has the environment, which is her home. Also, there's this other environment, which is her clientele. They are in a building. They are on Zoom as well, energetic wise, as a group. She has her relationship with her higher self that is calling her to get more rest so that she can make more money, because that's what her higher self is calling. It's like, you need to calm down and relax, rest. We know that because you took a month in. And then there's this energy of money. You can manifest, we're going to get back to you, Jen, this energy of money, but also we physically need to be present, which is Clara, why your energy is like, we need a rest so we can be present for this abundance to come in, right? So you would come in with this problem. Most of the time when somebody breaks it down, the problem exists in someplace else. So in our case, Clara, we was just checking. Clara, you're good. It's your relationship with the people around you in your home. You're good. You're attuned with yourself. It's just you're working on this side. Some of you guys, it really just might be on this side, which is the energy of money or relationship with God. And other people, it could just be with self. Everything else around you is really good, but it's within you. There's a blockage that is. But you just need to get to the root. And if you start with that root problem and make one shift in energy, things flow really quickly. And that's how you build the confidence and flow. Anybody else want to go?
Well, I have to jump off the call. I really wish I could have been a part of this, but Latasha, can I get that Excel form
Yeah,
and
yes, yes.
fill it out for myself?
I will. And then you had a question and I could walk through that if we have enough time. I forgot what it was. I wish I wrote it down. So you manifest energy quickly.
Yeah, so I feel like money does come to me. Like if I go out on a whim and if I don't feel blocked, it does come. But I don't know if there's something around the belief. I don't know if it's me deserving it.
Yeah. And so you have to hop off right now, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I will walk through because I personally had the same issue, and then I'll talk about it.
Like 5 more minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I could quickly explain it. So for me, I'm a spiritual being. So what was going on with me is I prayed about things and I'm very spiritual. So when I pray and when I manifest, I never called it manifesting, things will pop up. I got plane tickets. Because my heart energy was so strong. When I want it, I desire it. I have a huge wanderlust. I find money somehow to get on a plane and get out of here. Okay. Now, when it comes to making money, I was taught work hard, play hard. That's my belief system. So when it comes to making money here, this concept of manifesting in my business is 2 different things. So basically, when I go through my mind, body, heart, and soul says, yeah, which one are we doing today? Are we attracting a client or we're in a system? Yeah. There's a polarity, right? And so when it came to business, my soul was like, okay, we got to work hard, play hard. So none of this woo-woo stuff, because this is serious business. We don't want to lose money. Right. Mind is like, all right, what does that look like? So, all right, what's the clients? And we do the formula. What's your offer? What's the price? How many clients? And brain was just going very logical. Heart is like, why can't we just manifest? That's so much easier. Why do we have to do the system? This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. I could just sit and go into a meditative state and then bring on the clients. Body is like, yeah, because I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't understand this energy field thing. We just go out and meet people and we attract them. And that's how it works.
But you know what you said about the working hard? I think that's like, maybe like the working hard or working for a company. Yep. Like that's a comfort zone for me.
Correct. Right. And so what I had to do was, this is actually how the energy worked in. I actually had to go deeper into why and my purpose. So it wasn't about money. My issue wasn't really about money. It was have more strong clarity about my purpose and understanding why I'm doing this attraction, because I do need a system. So if my system was energy, I was like, okay, my system definitely has to be with energy because I'm stuck with this energy. Because I know how to make money, I know how to attract, but it's not a complete system. Then my system for this has to deal with energy. And literally, this is how this came about. Because I was like, I'm doing weight loss. I'm doing, I do mindset 101. How am I going to connect? And I sat and meditated, and this came. Like literally doing these slides was 2 seconds. It was flowing through me. And so my advice to you is, I'll send you these slides, is to get deeper into your why and your belief system and list down those different belief systems. Okay. Because 9 to 5 is somebody else's system. Yeah. When I mean you go and you work for somebody, so you're in somebody else's system. What's going on right now is you're creating this circular system within your own business, and you don't have an HR department. You don't have a marketing department. You don't have an assistant. You don't have that. You're all of it. And so you're creating that within yourself. Yeah. So if you are really great at manifesting, that is part of your business. And make sure it's part of your coaching and make sure it's in it, because that's where the energy is flowing from. So maybe you're teaching people how to manifest, and then everything else will flow as well. I don't know, but you would figure out how your flow goes, if that makes sense.
That's when you put in your pitch right there, and you can meet with me for like an hour.
Okay. I mean, I highly recommend a session with Letasha. I mean, she
I mean, I
took me
got her
days.
pull that out of you. That's amazing.
I mean, I worked with her many years ago. I think we had like 1 or 2 sessions, and she took everything I believed and turned it on its head. And
You're like,
yeah, and it made a huge difference for me. But I just wanted to make a kind of a comment observation around kind of like moving through the cycle, right? Because
Oh yeah.
letasha moves very quickly through all this stuff, right? And I found like for me, it took like, I don't know, the way I am, you know, I call myself a cruise ship. Like in order for me to turn the ship around, it's like, yeah,
right.
like, okay. All right. Yep. That's me. That's me. I'm like, all right, are the winds right? Like, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
It took a while, you know, and it's like, I mean, I loved because I mean, Letasha is like moving at the speed of light, but it's like, my goodness, for some of us, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take an instant, or it could take a, you know.
Well,
So yeah,
or this is how I was going to end. So one of the questions I had for everybody is, I do believe in energy and connection. For the things that are taking a while, that's where the accountability and the reach out is. So anyone that is stuck, and if I say it's a day, if I can't fix it or resolve it in the day, what I mean fix it is if I can't come up with the solution of flow. So go back to you with Clara. We know it's 8 hours. So all we had to do is figure out, how does this 8 hours look? But you're fine mentally. It wasn't about your mentality. It was about the relationship with Chris and the baby. Right. And so
there's another thing, you know, as you're talking, it's also around like my belief that I should get 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. I don't even know if that's a factual thing.
So that's why we're doing these exercises. We have this energy that's stuck, and we're not seeing if it's true for ourselves. So my morning times are literally just 5-minute check-ins, and there's no judgment, nothing, and see, is this really, really, really true?
Right.
You know,
is it true that I need 8 hours of continuous sleep? Could I get the sleep in chunks? Like,
I nap. I have to nap. There's no other way. I have to get up early because it's the only time I could do my time. And if I don't get my sleep, I have to add in a nap. I add it during lunchtime. That's my solution.
Good for you.
And then other times I go out dancing. So I introduce dancing. So yeah, here's another solution, right? So I go out dancing. Dancing has helped me significantly with my energy and brings up a vibe. It's unchangeable. It was the best advice somebody gave me to add. It's not even in my business. It just makes me feel very happy. My energy is elevated. But I'm getting to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. So going through this circle, which is, do we believe and know why we're dancing? Yes. Do we know that this is great? This is great. How do we feel about it? This is awesome, but I'm so tired. Body's like, yes, how are we going to do this? And so what I have to do is actually bring energy from the outside. So when I go out dancing, I start sharing about myself. I start bringing in this other energy from the outside because the energy that I have within myself is not going to be able to maintain this lifestyle. And then I introduce the nap at noontime. But I'm not going to stop dancing because it's my flow. But I know that in order for me to be sustainable, I have to bring in extra energy through food, through other people, and through more time that I'm going to create. Now, if I borrow that lunchtime, I need to figure out what's that sacrifice. It's just, that eating time, and that's fine. I could drink a shake. I know I went through that really quickly, but the whole point is to move in your alignment, in your flow. And it's crazy. I have tons of people that are coming up with wild solutions, but it aligns. Mind, body, heart, and soul is saying yes. They're all saying yes. And because they're all saying yes, I encourage you to move forward with that. And if you need help, ask me. I could quickly help you come up with a solution.
I have so many thoughts.
Alba, I love that there's a small group. I know Tiela's at the gym. Alba, I don't know if you have any questions. So,
Oh my goodness. I was eating.
I'm here. Don't bypass me like that. I'm right here. Don't do that to me. I done stopped and everything. Hold up. I'm over here having church at the gym.
Girl, I
I
done had to
appreciate
put my
this.
kids. I done had to put my kids to bed a half hour early just so that I can be fully present for this. Cause I'm just like, wait a minute, this is a problem, and I need some solutions. So I'm ready if you are, because this is great.
okay, we have two of you guys. Who wants to go first? Alba or Tiela?
I would, if you don't mind, Alba, because I usually put myself last, so I'm gonna try to snatch the mic from myself.
You're
Me
good.
trying to
You're
lean
good.
into my energy.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
Yes.
All of it. I think it's all of it. But I think for me, one of the things that you said, it's myself. It's the relationship with myself and how I see myself. And it's very transactional. And so it's like I have to do this in order to get this type of recognition, validation, or whatever. And so I'm struggling making money in my business because there's a part of me that don't believe that people are going to want to pay me for what it is I do. Then there's another piece of I just have a fear of there's like a level of perfectionism that is blocking my ability to just be like, let me take action and do this. But tied to that is I don't like to ask for help and I don't like to ask people for anything. And it's not that I think I have an imbalance as a giver versus receiving. So I know how to give, that's not an issue, but the receiving for me is making me like I have knots in my throat just asking anything in any type of way. And so I've been trying to like, how do I move? Because that's a key thing in the business. If I'm going to seek to increase clients, I have to be able to ask. And just for me and my worth around myself and asking is the vibration is low.
Got it. So again, going through this exercise, right? You're going to sit down, journal, and you're going to come up with problems and just write it down. So you said people pay as clients, you have a fear around your business, and then receiving, right? So list down all the problems. Now we're going to just order them. Which one is the red? Which one is the highest problem in your world?
The relationship with myself.
So the fear.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then what's after that?
I had mad problems. What was the other one?
The people pay you and then receiving.
The receiving is definitely next, and then people paying me.
Okay. Perfect. Right. So you have a fear within yourself. You have an issue with receiving, and you don't believe people could pay you. Okay. So there's a lot of soul issues going on. Totally fine, right? This exercise is just about acknowledging who you are and just coming up with a tiny statement to take it. So we're going to start off with this fear within yourself. I still don't have a problem statement. What is the problem? It's this fear.
I honestly don't believe in myself. I've always used the external things to validate, so to kind of draw that energy from inside and just operate on it, it's not there.
Got it. So Tiela doesn't believe in herself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? So it's a play on words, but that is your belief system. Why?
I don't feel good enough. Everything that I've done it ends, like it's done. And so I check that off as I'm done. Like I got to move to the next thing. So just to see myself as worthy as me and my being is a hard time detaching from doing and having. So I still believe that I need to do and have in order to become.
Okay. That is soul. How about heart? How does heart feel about Tiela? And just feelings. Do you hate yourself, love yourself, proud of yourself?
That's an interesting question. I feel very neutral. It's not a full of I hate myself. It's not a full of I love myself. It's just I'm aware of when I don't love myself and when I hate myself, if that makes any sense, like in any way whatsoever. It's not a strong feeling of dislike. It's just like, oh, I'm here. I know there's something I can do, so let me just try to figure it out. But it's not like, oh my gosh, I feel so good when I do this for other people. Or I feel so good when I do this.
I don't know how to spell neutral.
Neutral.
Neut.
U. Yep, Neutral.
Okay. All right. And then now, what do you think about yourself in terms of this worthiness and belief in yourself? Just pure thoughts when it comes to Tiala. Tiala is the bomb. She's logical.
I could be better. I could be better. I could do better.
Okay. And then how do you physically feel in your body?
Naughty in my throat. Naughty. Just like you know how you get on a roller coaster and your insides drop when the first dip hits? That's that. I feel like I did. Like
okay. Right? So for today, it's worthiness. You could do better. Heart is very neutral. And as a result, throat is here. Right? So remember I did the boom, right? We did this. Soul is telling brain. Heart is like, and it's just shutting down, and then body's like, right? So to get going, we just need to do simple exercises of worthiness. And these should be daily habits. They should be done every single day, but they have to, the key is they have to be true. When you do a mantra and you do these affirmations, it actually has to be true. For example, I feel fat. People say you shouldn't feel fat or whatever it may be. So you should say you feel beautiful. Beautiful and fat are not two different things that you get what I mean? Right? So I had to create an affirmation around feeling fat. I feel beautiful in the body that I have, and I'm going to go to the gym because it's going to help me lose weight. I'm just, right? The affirmation has to be something that is actually true to the problem, but it's an affirmation where you can actually make that pitch today. So we're saying that you're worthy, but this is not just of money. It seems like a lot of things. What is something that you can tell yourself that says that you are worthy of this?
I don't know, the first thing that comes up is like, I don't know, the first words I was saying in my head was like, I feel like I can love myself. Like, I feel like I can just love me for me. It's like a feeling I'm trying to pull out and genuinely feel, which I'm having a challenge doing outside of what I do and have.
And the answer is inside of you. I've talked to you, right? So this is the solution. I could, as you can see, I'm just talking and you're just telling me, and I'm just putting it on paper. This is nothing new, right? So I can love myself for me. So all you're going to do is that, right? You're going to do a soulful thing, right? So that's why I asked, where is soul? You get up in the morning, I do the chakra alignment, but you get into your gut and you speak into your gut. I can love myself for me today. Say it 10 times, say it 20 times, I don't know what the number is. And you say it in that gut. And then you transfer it to your mind. And you say to your mind, so you think, I can love myself for me today. And then write it down. I say it in my mind and I write it down so I could figure out which one bring activates. But it needs to be cognitive for you and seep into your subconscious. Then move to heart. And I first have to activate it. When I'm neutral, I have to activate it. So to be honest with you, I actually have a paper. It was my children. I was like, I love my children. For me, I love bodies of water. I love food and I love travel. I go to instantaneous gratification, instantaneous. When I think of getting on a plane ride, I'm happy right now, or play music. But I activate heart energy and say it. but it has to be activated with the gratitude, with the love. So I have to use outside prompts to help activate it. Once I'm activated, I would say I can love myself for me. But it has to be an energy, remember the field of love, right? And then physically, it'll sound silly, but if you can't get the whole physical love, dance or shake or jump up and down and do exercises.
I have kundalini punches that I do to kind of like get the energy.
And then you do this every morning. If you could do it 3 times every morning, do a check-in 5 minutes at lunchtime and at night. And you keep on doing this. And what you're doing is subconsciously helping yourself get there.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
No, I need to fix myself. I'm bad. No shaming, accepting. This is where I'm at today. I love myself. I love myself. I love this journey of this because I'm going to teach my clients this. I'm so grateful I'm going through this journey because there's a lot of Black women who are going through this journey and I'm going to help them so much. So thank you, God, that I'm going through this journey. And I'm getting so excited about this. Oh, I'm so, and you just keep on doing that, but it's a habit at 21 days at least, 60, 90 days. But every day you're doing this and accepting that this is where you're at today. And you'll see change. You'll see changes this week, I promise you.
I like that.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel I could do that because I think the problem that I've had is the sense of getting to see myself outside of how other people see me. So good or bad, hard to say, right? There has been a lot poured into me, but sometimes the good gets overwhelming. And then I feel I have to please people in that way because of what they see. And I don't want them to feel bad about how I feel. So then I just like put my whole self aside to take on their feelings because it's be like, oh my gosh, but you're so awesome. You're so amazing. But it's like, haha, I don't fucking feel that way. So then I have to like go against how I feel because we're not creating true spaces for each other to really be like, yo, I don't feel good today without somebody seeking verbally in their words or their thoughts to kind of fix it or say, if I say this should make them feel better because at least they should see that one person cares. And it's like, I already got all that. It's like, I'm trying to see myself. I don't give a fuck about nobody else right now. I'm trying to see myself. Like, thank you. But it's hard to say that because I know people come from a caring place, but I'm not in a caring place with myself. So I can't even receive what your caring is doing is actually making me more anxious on the inside.
And so that's why I give the diagram, which is I became an undercover weight loss person because people couldn't affirm my weight loss. So it literally is just this. And sometimes when you're doing this, it's just going to be you and God, and maybe one other person. And you just maybe it just starts off with keeping the aura here and not extending the aura and just keeping it here. And it's just an affirmation within. You're not even sharing it because we're in a community of sharing and pain trading. Maybe it's just this, you doing this, you and God, and you're doing this for a month. And then finding safe people to talk to about this journey. And then you'll attract them.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Yep.
Did that make right? So we came up with the solution here. I would strongly suggest watch out for your environment and watch out for the people you talk to. Just keep it within yourself for a bit. I mean, obviously you could talk to me and Clara, people on this call, right? But and that's containing. So that means you practice in self-control because now you actually can't talk about the struggle. You can't share. Why? Because you have to take care of TL, an oxygen mask on self and then other people. So for right now, this is your personal journey, your own thing, and you're going to see the beauty because it's going to be your own journey.
Yeah.
Hope that helps.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, beyond words. It's just it affirms and confirms. Like I just gotta get out of my head about feeling like the people around me, my family, everything, I gotta tell them everything and let them know. It's like I just need to take some time for me, and just do what I have to do. So I've been using the word neutral a lot because I don't want to own. Because I feel both feelings. I don't want to own either one. That keeps me in a safer space within my own energy to be like, I'm neutral in this moment. There's a lot going on, but I'm feeling neutral. because that puts me in a position, just that word and saying it puts me in a position that I can handle what's in front of me a little bit differently than saying, oh, I'm feeling good today. Oh, I'm not feeling so good today. I don't want to take no ownership of it. So neutral has been my thing to keep me in my state of peace.
And I know we have to go to Alba.
Mm-hmm.
So I can stick around for 5 more minutes if you can do that, Letasha.
Yeah, I can. Thanks, Ciela.
Okay.
All right, Alba.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready. So sorry. So one of the things that I was very like stuck on was when you were saying all the things about like systems. Like I feel like I don't have any systems in place to support me in making money. So one of the major challenges is absolutely making money in my business. And part of it is I feel like I overthink things and I allow my emotions to keep me stuck in that same cycle of what feels like self-sabotage by not putting these systems in place and holding myself accountable.
Okay, so what is the specific problem that you're having?
I want to make more money in my business. I lack systems or programs in terms of delivery and or supportive systems or support. And then I overthink things. So I think the main one of that is that I overthink things and I allow my emotions to keep me stuck to prevent me from doing these systems in the first place.
Perfect. And then I'll send this to you for the sake of time. Do you have an offer?
No.
Okay, so then we start there. Why
the thing is I have my individual coaching offer. I just don't necessarily share it often enough.
Okay, so you do have a package with the price.
Yes.
Okay, so you do have an offer. Is there a sales link?
Is there a what?
If somebody could pay you right now, can you take payment?
Yeah, there is a flow. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So your offer is okay. So do you have a way to grab leads? Do you have a system on grabbing leads right now?
No.
Okay. What are you currently on? Online or offline? Social media, or Facebook, Instagram,
Social
YouTube?
media.
Social media.
Instagram.
IG. Okay. And so with IG, if you're on IG and you're grabbing leads, is it that you're not doing the work or is it that the leads are not coming in?
I think it's a combination, but I think more so it's because the thing is I have a system that I started, which is content planning. So that I've done. So that is in the works. But in terms of massaging the leads and kind of working those leads, I haven't got a system around that yet.
Okay. So it's just a system of attracting clients and getting a system. A system could be with you, with a software, an app, or another person. Who's the accountability to make sure your leads are coming in? Are you your own accountability partner, or are you using God? Are you using a coach? How are you going to get this accountability for it coming in? I'm systematically asking you these questions. Do you have an offer, your why, your mind? But now I'm asking heart. Where's the accountability or the emotional investment to make sure it's going to happen?
So the accountability for me has been me.
Got it. And so I'm just figuring out where it's stuck. Let's just figure out, is that okay with you? Are you okay with being your own marketing person to grabbing leads?
No.
Why?
Because I have a lot of things on my plate and I feel like I'm okay with sharing that responsibility so it doesn't feel so overwhelming.
Okay. So it's interesting because you're telling me the answer. I'm like, I'm listening. So again, you want to share this responsibility. You've been owning it. So how do we move from you owning it to you sharing it?
I'm not sure.
All right. And then I'm just going to go through it. Is it a soul thing? Do you have to ask God? Is it a interview thing? Is it like a mental thing where you have to interview people to help you? Is it an
I
emotional
feel like
thing?
it's a mind thing. Like I feel like it's
It's mine.
in the thoughts and feelings
Okay.
category.
And for the sake of time, it would just be, ask the group and start interviewing people to help you with social media. It sounds like you need a VA. And there's tons of VAs that you could be able to get. But it sounds like your entire system, if you go through it, is saying, hey, we have too much on our plate. We need a VA. You might run into a money issue, which is, I don't have money for a VA. So I have an investment. We could talk about that offline. But it sounds like your next step, baby step, is to get in an alignment with a VA is really important for me to move my business along.
Okay.
Right. And then when you hire somebody, it just means that you need to have the money to come into place. You need to find the person, and then you need to hire the person, and then you need to managing that person. But the first
Yeah.
step would be every day, like I said with Tiela, is I need a VA. I know I need a VA. I'm going to manifest a VA. I'm bringing in a VA. God, help me with this VA. Help me to find the money to get this VA. This VA is going to come. I believe in this VA. It's going to happen for me to make my next move in my business.
Okay.
Align mind, body, heart, and soul around that.
I'm happy to have a convo with you about that if you'd like.
Thank you. Yes, I would love that.
And there's more
Ladder.
behind it, but this went really fast, but you sound like you know what you know. The whole point of this exercise with you, thank you for asking this question, is we're stuck because we're not making the obvious decision because we're stuck in other things. But if you do the internal work in your spiritual stop, God is not going to stop you from getting this VA.
Yeah.
If that makes
sense.
Say that
again, sister. Say that again for the people. I'm just gonna mute myself.
I love these questions. This was great.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You guys are my guinea pigs with this one. So thank you so much.
Oh my God, Natasha. This was so good. I mean, I have visions, right, of us like doing this in retreats and big spaces and people like raising their hands with their problems or like working themselves through these sheets. This was great.
Yeah.
It's like such it's a different level from, I believe the coach of the future is not just the coach that provides insights, but that gets you into action. And so I definitely felt that today. Thank you, letasha, for leading today's workshop. Yeah, this was so good. Tiela, can I ask you to mute yourself for a moment? Just so we can wrap it up. But this was so great. I can't wait for people to listen to this and do the exercise on their own. And then of course, get in touch with letasha if you need additional help. This is really exciting. I'm so excited to see you do this, especially because, of your electric engineering background. This makes perfect sense. That you're going back to bring in, what your base is. This is wonderful. I'm so excited.
And so you guys know, I was stuck as well, and I couldn't figure out why I was stuck. So I did this work, and this was all in my brain. The downloads came really quickly to explain it. And the reason why I was stuck is because coaches weren't explaining this to me, and I didn't understand this manifestation. And then I was like, I hate being stuck emotionally. So I took my strength, this is my spirituality and mindset, and helped my heart energy to believe and feel into it. So this is something I practice every single day. And thank you.
This is fantastic. I can't wait for us to talk about this on the podcast. Because essentially, when you started talking, I just finished a podcast on alchemy with my coach. And this is what it is. It's like, but you're explaining it from a very energetic, scientific kind of place. She was explaining it more from like a mental, emotional, transformational place. But yeah, it's all the same thing, and I'm so excited. This is wonderful. Thank you, Letasha. And thank you, ladies, for sharing. Jackie, Alba, Tiela, thank you for being here. And I can't wait for people to listen. And so you'll send me send me the sheets, and then we'll send it out with the recording. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.